You know, I'm very much distraught about the whole thing. It's just like another black eye on our community.
Shock and disbelief were some of the words Antioch Community Church Pastor Larry Haynes used to describe the murder of a church member and tenant found by the New Orleans Police Department Sunday morning at this home in the 7800 block of Chef Mentuer Highway in eastern New Orleans. The NOPD were called to the location where they found a man shot multiple times inside of the home. At the time of this report, the NOPD and the New Orleans Coroner's Office hadn't identified the victim, but Haynes says the man who had been renting the property he owned since January of this year was 44-year-old Joseph Kyle. Haynes says Sunday worship at the church usually begins around 10 a.m. each Sunday morning. He says normally Kyle would have been at the service already, but he hadn't shown up. Pastor Haynes says his son was outside with his young daughter when he realized the iron gate on the front door of Kyle's home was open. When he went inside the home and got upstairs to the bedroom, he found things tossed around and made a very gruesome discovery.
When he turned the other way, he noticed him lying on the floor, eyes open, blood everywhere.
He says his son ran back into the church, very distraught.
And I'm trying to, figure what's going on. That you don't do that in the middle of a church service. Everybody's in shock. It's like, it can't be real.
Haynes said Kyle had fell on hard times and was out of work. He had lived at the Royal Palms Motel across the street from the church before moving into his property. He said Kyle had started a job through a local labor union about 3 weeks ago and had been working downtown at the convention center.
You're telling my wife, got my first paycheck. He paid some portion of his rent. He said that he was going to pay his tithes and offering and all.
And Pastor Haynes says he isn't sure why anyone would want to hurt Kyle. He says just yesterday afternoon, he passed by the church and the home and saw Kyle outside mowing the lawn.
And then you have something like this to happen. It just traumatizes.
At the time of this report, the NOPD had not released any additional information about the incident. But anyone with information on this crime is urged to contact Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111.